Okay, thank you very much. I'm pleased to meet you again in academic English for skills, but I hope my voice can be heard clearly to you. Uh, uh, do you listen to me? Are you listening to me clearly or not?
Yes, sir.
Very clear, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. That your classroom, and please join by put your identity, correct identity with the photo so that I can see your face in Google Classroom. When I give you an assignment, I know that you are the real students of Pasca Sarjana Stiki Pikaris Sudarjo. That's my expectation to you. Okay. In your classroom, I share the question about teaching for skills. Have you opened the question in Google Classroom?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Number one, what question number one?
What is meant by academic English for skills?
Oh yeah. Number two,
Number two, explain the distinction between integrated and discrete teaching of language
okay.
skills.
Okay. Number three,
Which one is better if you class using communicative approach?
number four,
Enough,
Nothing.
sir.
nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, tidak ada ya. Okay, let's discuss question number one. Yeah. Let's discuss question number one. What do you think of academic English for skills? Silakan Bu Devi Wulandari, please. Halo,
Okay,
Bu Devi.
thank
Yeah.
you, sir. Yes,
Yeah. Number one.
academic English for skills. I think this is the teaching and learning process, integrated skills. There are four: listening, speaking, reading, and writing.
Good. Okay, maybe
That's it.
the other student, Charles, please. Mr. Charles, please. I miss you.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, please. Number one. What do you think about question number one? What is meant
Okay.
by?
Well, I try to understand about the questions that meant by the academic English for skill. As far as we know that the language skill, we have 4 skills, and then that has been mentioned by one of my friend, one of my classmates, that listening, writing, speaking, and also reading. So based on these skills, we have to understand well to each other. Otherwise, the skill will not be meaningful. That's why now we're trying to understand about the skill itself. So for me, my answer is the same, just like what has been discussed by before.
Yeah.
That's all.
So we teach 4 skills in the classroom, for example, from what is the first step? Writing or reading or listening or speaking?
Actually, 4 of the skills are was that they have their own limitation and also the strength. And so it is not only the which one is the best one, but 4 of them are the academic English. So we have to learn, we have to understand, and then try to explore, try to communicate by speaking, even by listening, even by writing, because they have their own concept, they have their own exploration. So now the thing now is how we are going to explore them in our daily life in accordance with the context.
Okay, Pak Charles.
Yes.
As far as we know, that for skill of English, listening is the most important thing, but the teacher in the classroom, especially in senior high school or junior high school, never pay attention to listening activity. What do you think about it? Are you teaching in junior high school or junior high school?
I am in junior high school. I'm in junior high school. Actually, in my schools, I have to share my experience, because most of the students are rounded age by 11 above. And then we are facing by both language, either Indonesian or either in English. But when we try to focus on speaking and then listen by the students are difficult if we are only covered by English language, or so to speak, during our teaching period, we just only say in English, then the students are quite boring. So maybe this is one way the students are difficult for them to understand well because of their listening.
Okay. So do you always or not always keep listening to your students?
I always using listening, sir. I always using listening by audio or even by myself. Speak directly. Speak directly by myself, because we have both English language laboratory that taught in laboratory, and the other one is in the classroom. So in the classroom is focused on cognitive, and then in the laboratory we focus on the skills. So that's why in laboratory we are focusing on listening by using audio or the facilities that are provided by our school.
Okay, very good, Pak Charles. Okay, but I think listening is very important, and then listening to English, I think, is very difficult for the students, especially in listening tests, I think. So the teacher must be able to motivate their students to do listening skills, to practice listening skills in laboratory. If your school provide the laboratory, it's very good. But sometimes if the teacher does not understand how to operate the laboratory, it's very difficult too, I think. So you must have talented skill, I think, to operate the laboratory. Do you think so, Mr. Charles?
Yeah, sir. Actually, how to design a procedure to teach the students based on what they needs. Actually, it is also my difficult things to do that, because it is not only for few people, but it is about 30 above.
Okay, thank you.
So it's difficult for me to analyze them one by one, right? So it's also difficult when we are talking about listening, when this is one way for us, very difficult. But try to make sure that daily activity we use, speak and speak, and the other one is listening, truly listen and listen. I think it could be better. But the difficult things is how they are going to listen well. This is the one thing that difficult, because the facility also is not really, what is that? How do we call it? It's not support them.
It's not important, but complete.
Yeah.
That but
Yeah.
complete one.
Yes. So that's one thing. That's why I try to make collaborate with another book special for Intan Pariwara, because the sit listening to, but using by QR barcode.
Good.
And then the students, I asked them to bring their own cell phone and then try to barcode the listening. And then during the listening period, they have to listen well. But after listening, I try to ask them to write down, but most of them are really difficult to write down because of the problem of listening. Maybe it is because of their ear, or it is listening problem.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So after the student listening to the text and then write down, not speaking.
Yes.
What about speaking?
The
Charles?
speaking also, speaking in line with the listening period, then speaking also somehow, because not all the students are good in English. I have my own channel of the YouTube channel, because all my YouTube channel are covered by the activities at school, especially in English language laboratory, and
Okay,
also
very good.
the situation happen at the school. So during the English period, I have done my material subject matters in my YouTube channel. So I asked them to log on my YouTube channel and try to understand, try to learn about the things that put it in the YouTube channel. But anyway, speaking period, this is a very what's that I face in a both challenging. First one is how they are going to speak out. They learn so much, but never practice. So that's why I said that learning without practice is useless. And some of them are good in practicing, but some of them are because of shy, and also they don't have any motivation, or they don't have any needs to speak it out. That's it. But anyway, some other are good. Some other are good.
Okay, very good. So what do you think about your students? If you have the implementation like this, do you think that your students interested in or uninterested in joining you?
Actually, most of the students are interested, because they really join. Because my way of teaching are different. There are variety of teaching to teach them. That's why most of them are really good. But it is not only in my school, but also some other school are joining with me, especially in our English language laboratory. And also at the same time, aside from the school, I have my home English, Maumere home English lovers. So most of the students around in my places, it is not only in my school, but also other school are joining with this kind of course.
So the only laboratory you have in memory?
Yes, my grade here only 7, 8, 9, and most of them are in vocational high school, but only in a first level. So to speak, it is about the first grade of senior high school, vocational high school.
Okay, good, very good, Pak Charles. It's
okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, complete answer. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, and then question number 2 now. please the other. What about number 2? Please read the question number 2. Silakan dibaca nomor 2 itu. Mr. Samsul Arifin. Nah, ini Pak Samsul Arifin ini.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
For question number 2, explain the distinction between integrated and discrete teaching of language skill. I think the integrated teaching of language skills involves teaching language skills such as reading, writing, listening, and also speaking in an interconnected manner. For example, rather than in isolation, in this approach, language skills are taught in more holistic manner, with an emphasis on using language skills in context. On the other hand, district teaching of language skill involves teaching language skill in isolation, often as separate entities. In this approach, skills are typically taught in linear and sequential manner, with an emphasis on building skill. For example, a lesson on writing might focus on teaching and appropriate use of grammar structure. I think it's
Okay, hello. Can you listen to me, Pak Samsul?
I think both integrated and district teaching of language skill have their place in language teaching and learning. And the choice of approach should depend on the learner's needs, goal, and learning context.
Okay, thank you, Pak Samsul. So, distinction is perbedaan ya, between integrated and discrete. Discrete. What do you think of discrete teaching skill? Hello.
Based on the text, maybe, sir.
Hello.
Sir,
Yeah.
is that based on the text?
Discrete skills is where the skills are taught separately, sir. So
Yeah.
so the skills are not integrated. So listening itself, speaking itself, reading itself, and writing itself.
Yeah. In integrated, 4 skills combine into one activity. I think integrated, and then discrete. We teach listening, not combined with the other skills. Listening is listening, reading is reading, speaking is speaking.
Speaking is speaking.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah, Bu Khalif. Now, number 3.
Yes. Okay. Which one is better if your English class using communicative approach?
Mhm.
For me, the best way to teach English is by giving exposure to English as many as possible to our students. First, we have to use English in teaching English. Second, we cannot separate all the skills, but sorry, not we. I usually teach English integratedly, not separated speaking only, listening only, reading only, and or writing only, but integrated. So if we have given enough input for our students, and then we guide them through the practice, and after that, I must make sure that my students can produce the target language that I want them to produce. That's it, sir.
In communicative approach, we use the approach of integrated teaching. So we combine one skill to other skills. And then
Yes, sir.
the teacher must use English
English. Yes,
totally
that's right.
a long time
Mhm.
from the beginning of the class up to the end of the class. I think so. Okay, very good. Bu Khalif.
Yes,
You are the-
yes. Thank you,
are the
sir.
best- You are the best teacher in English.
Thank you, sir. Because I think teaching language is not only transferring the knowledge of speaking the language, but we have to embed. What is that? We have to deal with the intercultural communication. So we have to
Good.
make sure the students can use the language in the right context.
Okay, Bu Khalif. So this is no problem from the student who can speak English well. But what do you think if you have the student that cannot speak English well? What must you do?
We have to teach the beginner from the simplest thing first, sir. So we have to what is that? Provide simpler teaching material for the, let's say, low learners, and then we have to guide them more patiently.
So in a class, I think the ability or the capability of the students, there are low ability, middle ability, then high ability. No problem.
Yes.
If for the student who have high ability, middle is okay, but low ability, what you do?
Hello? Yes, sir.
Mr. Ghani,
Yeah.
Pak Ghani.
Jadi if you have the student in low ability to speak English, for example, and then what must you do in order they or she can join the class like the student who can speak English well?
Okay. There are several. Hello. Yeah, there are several ways that I usually do. First, we can make groups in the
Yeah.
class consisting of heterogeneous ones. So in one group, there is a fast learner, middle learner, and slow learner. They can help each other. And the high learner, the fast learner can be the peer teacher for their friends, the middle and the slow learners. So they can help each other. And the other ways is that we ask the help from another teacher to take the slow learners out of the class and teach them separately from the class. Well, actually, it happened several years ago, and until
Yeah.
now, in my school, there are some students who do not know English at all, and
At
they
all, yeah.
never, yes, they never learned English in their elementary schools. Usually, they come from remote areas like Sulawesi or the remote area in Madura, or yeah, in remote areas. They do not know English at all. So the
Everywhere, I
problem,
think, Bukhari, everywhere, I think. We
oh
know
yeah, yes, sir. Because in my school, it is using Cambridge curriculum. Now it becomes a very big challenge for the teachers. So that's why we have moving class, in which the students are separated based on their level. So I think it makes the teacher easier to handle the students. So the students will learn English with the friends in the same level. And what happened to the students who do not know English at all? We took them out of the class and then we grouped them with the same level of students. So it will make us easier to treat them. When they are ready, whenever they are ready, you will take them back to the class.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think about stimulate activity? You know, stimulate for the student.
Mr. Kani, Bapak Kani. Halo,
Okay.
halo.
Yeah, Bu. Monggo.
Yes, it is me. I think now in Kurikulum Merdeka, Kurikulum Merdeka has the characteristic about
Methods.
differential class,
Yeah.
differential class, anu Pak Kani. So to treat the student which have a different
I know.
different skills, we can treat them by using different content, by using different treatment. We have to make a group with based on their capability, based on their skills.
Yeah.
For the first, we have to make assessment diagnostic. That is the first that we have to do now in Kurikulum Merdeka. So we can give treat to the student with different treatment or different content. Ada 3 kemarin kalau nggak salah Pak untuk to treat them based on content, based on treatment, and also what else, apa ya satunya, pokoknya ada 3 lah Pak untuk kita harus setiap kelas harus kita buat kelompok-kelompok terdahulu for the Kurikulum Merdeka by using assessment diagnostic.
Thank you. Bu siapa? Bu Ani ya?
Bu Nafi, Bah. Bu Ani ae sing diapali rek.
Bu Nafi complain.
Okay. I have what is it? I have read the books used in Kurikulum Merdeka, but for English teaching, I think not much different So as communicative approach, you know, the communicative approach is used in Indonesia. Yang disebut dengan CA, ya, communicative approach of teaching. Ternyata itu sampai sekarang dipakai. Jadi kalau saya baca kemarin, Bu, ya, inti dari teknik pembelajaran bahasa Inggris tidak jauh-jauh berbeda. Jadi dimulai dengan apa? Berbicara, ya. Berbicara, we try to speak. Bentuk kelompok-kelompok itu sama saja dengan apa kemarin itu sebelumnya itu. M5 itu ya. M5, 5M kok M5. 5M ya. Itu tidak beda jauh. Jadi kita ngajar itu memang harus begitu ya. We must try to speak English with the students ya. Nah, tadi yang saya tanyakan kan apa yang harus kita lakukan, what is the best solution for the student who cannot speak English well. Nah, itu ya. Because in reality, the student in our class, we have low ability students, middle ability student, high ability student, and high ability student usually is less than middle, less than low. So the most is the biggest, ya. The biggest ability student is, tahu kalau sekolahnya Bu Khalif itu the best one, atau di Pak Charles tadi ya, Pak Charles talented teacher rupanya. Jadi facilities-nya the only school that has good facilities. Maybe the student can speak English well. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Number 4. Nothing. Now let's go to PowerPoint. Listening, ya. Bisa dilihat PowerPoint-nya. Halo? Lihat di PowerPoint.
Yes, sir.
Jelas.
Can see, yes.
Introduction kemarin sudah. Practice of language sudah, ya. So, based on this theory, for skills of language is begun from listening. After listening, speaking. After speaking, reading, writing. So, for skills, ada skill yang lain, vocabulary, and grammar. Tapi yang paling point, ya, the point one is for skills. The grammar and vocabulary is very, very important too, because language without vocabulary, nothing to say. Nothing to say. If nothing to say, the students are very difficult to speak. I think so. Kita lihat nanti di bagian berikutnya ini ya. Nah. Yang kita bahas ini kemarin ya, masih ini ya. The skill of listening is cited into receptive skill. Why? Why? Why, Pak Charles? The skill of listening is cited into receptive skill.
Listening skill. Again, sir, I beg your pardon. I couldn't listen.
Can you watch to my PPT, my PPT PowerPoint? Can watch?
No, I
Oh, that's
couldn't
okay.
see it.
We don't see any
I
presentation.
couldn't see anything else there.
Oh ya,
We couldn't see.
oh, nggak bisa lihat.
Yes,
Bisa
sir. That's
see.
why we quite
No,
confused.
better.
We
Halo,
only
operator bisa bantu ini Pak siapa? Pak Ivan, Mas Ivan, tolong ditampakkan Mas Ivan. Halo,
Iya Pak, yang ditampakkan yang mana ya Pak?
nomor 5.
Nomor 5 Mas Ivan.
Slide number 5.
Slide-nya belum dikirim ke Mas Ivan ya Pak?
Sudah.
Sudah Mas, sudah dikirim ke saya.
Ini yang sudah slide saya sekarang sudah sampai slide nomor berapa ini? Tapi yang dari kalau di laptop saya nampak jelas. Saya pikir tadi sudah terkirim.
No.
Sudah di-share.
we couldn't see there. Only
Oh,
the
iya,
clock there.
Sorry ya. The skill of listening is cited into receptive skill. Why? Because what? Keterampilan menyimak itu masuk pada receptive skill. Recept menerima, skill sama halnya dengan reading. But speaking and writing productive skill. So we have receptive and we have productive. Produce the word, recept the word, listening and reading. That's why skill of listening is cited into receptive skill. Kenapa disebut receptive skill? Karena menyerap, menyerap kosakata, menyerap ucapan kata, and so on. Receptive, like in reading activity. So listening and reading are categorized into receptive skill. This number 1. This slide number 5 ya. Bisa tampak, sudah kelihatan?
Not yet, sir.
Belum
Not yet.
Pak.
Not yet. Yes, that's why I cannot.
Halo,
I
Mas
can't do
Ivan.
anything.
Mas Ivan, halo Mas Ivan.
Iya Pak, slide yang
Iya.
minggu lalu kah Pak?
Iya, yang minggu lalu itu, yang
Oh,
slide ke-5.
sebentar.
Yes.
Can you see?
Yes, we
Halo?
can see now.
Sudah Mas Ivan? Katanya sudah. Okay. So the first skill is about listening. So we study listening. How to teach listening well. Yeah. Number one, yeah. So in our narration, in communication activities tadi itu ya CA approach, listening is the act done by our ear. Ear. Hello, we are deaf, for example, it's impossible to make our communication runs well. The speaker and hearer must be able to hear, to listen, to catch the voice well. So the thing should be done, hal yang harus dilakukan. The skill of listening is cited into receptive skill because we listen, receive, menyerap understanding of the text, the meaning of the words, the meaning of the text. That's listening, just the same as reading activities. Is number one. Number two, see how are the situation of environment. In order our listening activities are not bothered, are not interrupted by the other activities. So we must know. Halo, masih didengar ini? Bisa ya? Halo?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Ya.
Sir.
Di sini kok ada munyer-munyer gini. Kaman.
Keep going, sir.
Iya. Oke, ya. Nah, itu ya. Think whether or not we possibly use our
Mother tongue.
Jadi sebelum kita melakukan, before we do listening activity, you must think about whether or not we possibly use our mother tongue. Mother tongue, if you are native speaker of English, it is possible you use English. If we know that the environment possible for us to speak Indonesian, so don't speak English. Is it the environment? Yeah. Number three, listening situation, we must consider interview. Yeah. Whether we listen in interview, instruction, loudspeaker communication announcement, radio news, committee meeting, shopping, telephone chat, lesson, lecture, conversation, gossip, watching, that's listening activity is very, very large activities, I think. So we must consider this situation. How to listen interview, how to listen instruction. Instruction, for example, come here, go out, help me. In our class, for example, we usually instruct the student by using demanded activities or request, for example, instruction. the situation should be considered. So in loudspeaker announcement, for example, loudspeaker announcement can be heard clearly if the loudspeaker is no problem, not error. Begitu juga radio news. This is something that we can listen in our activity, in our listening activity. So if you are a teacher, please try, please try to do this. Ini biasanya di kegiatan apa namanya tes listening itu kita diberi we are given the recorded speaking, and then we are given question to answer. This is number one, yes. And then slide berikutnya. Mas Iwan, tolong dibukakan slide nomor berikutnya, Pak Mas Iwan. Halo Mas Iwan, ya. Nah itu.
Betul ini Pak.
Yes, that's it.
Ini yang berapa ini? Nomor berapa ini?
Nomor 6 selanjutnya setelah listening tadi.
Ya. Characteristic of real life listening situation. Jadi listening yang kita temui di lingkungan kita itu ada real life, kehidupan nyata. Kayak pasar, toko, ruang kelas, real life. Tapi kalau yang unreal life, misalnya kita mendengarkan rekaman, mendengarkan lagu, mendengarkan ceramah. Jadi ada real life listening, ada unreal life listening. Itu beda situasinya. Real life. Silakan dibaca. Sebentar ya. Pak Munawar ada, Pak Munawar? Halo? Halo Pak Munawar? Is there Pak Munawar?
Nothing, sir.
Nothing. Kalau Pak Abdur Ramsi ya, Mr. Abdur Ramsi, please. Halo, Pak Ramsi. Halo. Pak Ramsi, halo.
Hello, sir. I'm speaking. Ramzi speaking. You can hear me?
Okay. Are you listening to me, Pak Ramsi?
Absolutely, sir. I was trying to get in touch with you, but I don't know what happened with my microphone.
Okay.
But I'm here right now speaking with you, sir.
So, can you see the slide I give?
It's a characteristic of real life listening situation.
Okay, yeah. Please read. Number one.
Informal spoken discourse, spoken language we listen to is formal and spontaneous. It is different from listening the text being read. If it is sensed from pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, noise, and redundancy and non-repetition. Number two, listener expectation and purpose. The listener always knows in advance something about what is going to be said. Number three, looking as well as listening. Normally, we have something to look at that is linked to what is being said. Number four, ongoing, purposeful listener response.
Good. This is the characteristic of real life listening situation. So what must we do in this situation? Informal spoken discourse, for example, please try to explain, Pak Ramzi. Number one.
Yes, sir. Number one is about the informal spoken discourse. So spoken language, we listen to it's informal and spontaneous. So it's basically like something unintended, and then it's just spontaneously that we respond into that, something like that. And it is different from listening the text being read. The example like I'm reading right now, so the listener, so this is like quite a bit different from something that we listen to the text that is being read. So if this is seen from pronunciation, vocabularies, grammar, noise, and redundancy and non-repetition as well.
Redundant. You know redundancy here, Pak Ramzi? And non-repetition. If you get the situation like this,
something decrease.
Yeah. If it is seen from pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, noise, redundancy, and non-repetition. This informal spoken discourse. You know, discourse in bahasa Indonesia, Pak Ramzi. Hello? Discuss. You know, discuss, Pak Ramzi.
Hello, sorry, sir. I'm inside the car. Discourse is like speech, something like that. Like giving a speech.
Discuss.
Yes, like a lecture, like a lecturing, also like a talking or a giving speech, something like
So
that.
it's delivering a speech, delivering something, delivering a speech.
Delivering speech.
Yeah, like a giving a speech.
This is the characteristic number one. The characteristic number two. What do you think of this? Listener, expectation, and purpose.
The expectations from the listener itself, sir. So like when we talk with somebody, of course we expect something from us as listener. The example is to understand what they are going to say to us. So that is like our expectation as well, and also the purpose of our things to listen as well. The example
Please give the example. Contohnya seperti apa kira-kira?
The example is like yourself right now, sir. You are teaching us, and then you explain something, and then I am listening. What is the purpose of that? You are transferring your knowledge, your experience to us as students. So this is the purpose of our listening for this time, for me as the listener.
Usually we are listening some things. For example, we know in advance what will be said by the speaker. We know in advance. Jadi kira-kira yang akan keluar kata-kata ini apa, gitu kan, itu harus ditebak gitu ya.
So we are basically trying to guess what our speaker tried to say, right? Something like that.
You listen something, then if it is about lecturer, for example, it is known in advance. You know, known in advance. Diketahui sebelumnya kan?
Absolutely, sir.
Yeah, it's right. Good. And then number three.
Number three.
Characteristic number three: looking as well as listening. What does it mean?
Looking as well as listening. So might be like
Yeah,
having
yeah,
the
yeah.
eye
Please
contact,
explain.
like having the eye contact, or I mean, like when we speak with people, we are also like pay attention as well to what they are trying to say as the point number 2, while looking at the people, and also while listening what they are saying, something like that, I think, as per my understanding, sir. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Linked to what is being said.
Yes,
Yeah,
so we try
something,
to
yeah,
connect.
okay.
We try to
So
connect by
the listener,
listening.
always think about the link, what is being said, to understand the sentence, the utterance, or the words like this, I think. And then I'm
Yes,
going.
and also I think to make the same perception, I mean, like to have the same direction as well. So to link for us as the listener with the speaker, something like that.
Very good.
In order we have, yeah.
Number
In
4,
order
Pak,
like
Pak Ramzi, number 4.
ongoing purposeful listener response.
Okay. Please explain.
So I think this is about, what is it the name, like the continuation, the purpose as well, and the listener response. So I don't know what is the example for this. I think, you know, like when we understand something and then we can respond to what the speaker trying to say for us as
Ya,
listener,
ini bahasa
something
Indonesia
like that.
misalnya apa yang akan
Yes.
dikatakan dalam kalimat itu, kita sudah merespon. The listener has good response about this listening. So you will have, you will become a good listener if we
Understand the purpose as
master
well.
for characteristic of listening situation. Ini tujuannya supaya listener itu gampang di dalam memahami activities of listening, menyimak.
That's nice.
Mas Ivan berikutnya, 7, Mas Ivan.
Thank you, Mr. Kani.
Oke, sama-sama Pak Ramzi. 7. Ini sama tadi. Berikutnya. 8, Pak Ivan. 8. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight, ya. Oh, berarti 9. 9, Mas. Oke. Listener difficulties in listening. Oke, ini biasanya kesulitan di dalam kegiatan listening. Silakan. Bentar ya. Bu Eti, please. Bu Eti, please.
Yes, sir.
Slide 8, Mas Ivan. Ya, ini. Learner difficulties in listening. Bu Eti, please read the difficulties in listening and then try to explain one by one.
Okay, the learner difficulties in listening is number 1 is trouble with sound. So I think this is more more depend on the organ of the ears ya, sir ya. Jadi when the organ of the ears it's not good or not well, or maybe it was sick, So they cannot hear the sound is very clearly, and so they cannot what is that? Cannot hear what the meaning of the sound, what the meaning of the sound. And number two, have to understand every word. This is the same with the sound. If the example, the students not have a rich of vocabulary and often hear the same word or the word that give in the listening task or in the listening time. This is very difficult for the students or persons to interpret what the meaning of the word. And then number three, can understand fast natural native speech. Yeah, we know we know that the native is very fast in their speaking. Yeah, so this is where difficulties for students of even it's still difficulties for us that very usually to hear the speaking English that the native is very fast to speaking. So the way is we must usually hear how the native speaking yeah we must often hear the native speaking maybe in YouTube or in so many media we can hear. And then number four, need to hear things more than once. I think this is the distractions or the noise for the listening time that we not focus on the listening task in on the spot maybe. So there is a lot of noises in our environment, maybe adhan sound or talking or person talking or people talking. This is very noise for and distractions for the concentration and concentrate for the listening. And then number five, find it difficult to keep up. Find it difficult to keep up. I think this is about vocabulary or words that we never know maybe in the backyard knowledge or in our backyard vocabularies. And number six is get tired. Yeah, this is very important too when we are in the listening time. We not breakfast. We not having breakfast. We not have enough sleep, and maybe we have not having a lot of job or work that we must to do. So this is make our body, our mental, or our psychology is get tired when we in the listening class.
Okay.
I think that's all from me, sir. Thank you.
Ya, learner difficulties. Jadi kesulitan-kesulitan murid ya, mahasiswa atau kita ya, in listening activity. The first, trouble with sound that we are listening sometimes make the listener confused. The sound make us confused. So what solution that we must do to overcome this problem? Ini kan problem semua, ya. Problem one, trouble with sound, English sound and Indonesian sound. If we are student of Indonesian, for example, and then we are listening to English, for example, it's very difficult because the sound of English is different from Indonesian sound. And then the second, dialect. dialek itu biasanya kan juga mempengaruhi listening. Ini the problem. Nah, kalau ada trouble with sounds, it means supaya kita bisa mendengar apa yang dikatakan, sound must be clear. Must be clear. Ini harapannya. Jadi untuk mempermudah learner, not feel difficult in listening, trouble with sound should be done by bla 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 bla. Ini guru sudah bisa ini. Have to understand every word. Every word means kalau di dalam listening, for example, ya, kita problemnya adalah have to understand every word juga sulit. Ya. Understand every word, each word is very difficult for the listener to understand every word. So to overcome this activity, for example, kira-kira gimana, students? If
Knowing
you
knowing the keyword.
What? Keyword. Okay, good. Keyword. Jadi menebak keyword. Oh, berarti ini artinya gini, ini itu. And then if the trouble can understand fast, natural native speech, for example, in the language used by native speaker, sometimes is very difficult to understand because tadi itu dialeknya beda, ya, ucapannya beda. Sometimes American, British different. We usually say glass, but glass, glass, glass. Nah, itu ya. Inggris, Amerika dan British itu ada sedikit perbedaan. Fast juga mempengaruhi. Jadi kalau yang kita dengarkan itu bahasanya terlalu cepat, ya, ini juga problem. Maka kalau yang kita hadapi adalah beginner, ya, beginner, maka fast in natural native speech ini harus diolah mana caranya. Ya. Number 4, need to hear things more than once. Kan gitu.
Doing repetition.
Satu kalimat diucapkan satu kali, ya, 2 kali, 3 kali. Banyak kali berarti lebih dapat dipahami daripada yang 1 kali tadi. Oke.
Time is after. I'm sorry.
Oh gitu ya. Sajanya aku kerasan aku.
Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. We must to discuss about our seminar with Pak Pri.
Pak Pri ya.
Iya.
Oke. Ya. Jadi ini nanti ya berikutnya karena di Mas Ivan itu sudah ada apanya. Silakan diambil dimasukkan ke disk sehingga nanti pertemuan berikutnya yang menjelaskan slide berikutnya itu adalah mahasiswa. Saya beri giliran supaya nanti merata nanti gilirannya. Biar nanti enggak 1 mahasiswa saja, 2 mahasiswa. Jadi nanti bisa merata.
It is interesting.
Oke. Ya. Pertemuan ketiga nanti tolong diatur sendiri dibaca materinya, kemudian disiapkan siapa dosennya. Okay, thank you very much, students. I'm so sorry. Actually, I still enjoy to teach you, but the time is impossible. Okay.
Okay, nice meeting with you, sir. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you. Yang jauh-jauh, Pak Charles ya.
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm always listening to you. But anyway, today is nice meeting, nice discussion.
Goodbye. See you next time.
See you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.